Welcome everyone to the Settle In Live session. My name is Chiamaka Gali and I'm the Virtual Events Manager with Settle In. Today, we will talk about finding affordable housing, budgeting, and buying your first home in the United States. We are partnering with Refugee Housing Solutions for this live event. Refugee Housing Solutions is a project of Church World Service, CWS, under an agreement paid for by the U.S. Department of State and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. When commenting during this live session, please remember not to share any personal or confidential information as we are public facing. Overview. During this event, we will provide an overview of setting realistic expectations when searching for housing, identifying your needs, and home buying. Understanding your first housing in the US. Newcomers should be aware that typical housing in the US will not look like the housing they may have seen on television series, films, or in advertisements. Most people in the US live in modest, small homes. It is also important to understand that there's a housing shortage in the US and not enough homes are available for those seeking housing, especially affordable housing. Housing in the US varies widely by location and neighborhood and is generally expensive in all 50 states and most neighborhoods. Many people spend 40 or 50% of their post tax income on housing. Hotels and furnished accommodations are types of temporary housing commonly provided to newcomers when they first arrive in the US. This housing is often in convenient locations and is live in ready with furniture, cooking utensils, laundry facilities, and other amenities. The long term housing that you and other newcomers will search for after leaving temporary housing will most likely not be furnished or have household supplies, and it may be in a less desirable location and be smaller than your first temporary housing. When searching for long term housing in the US, realistic expectations and compromises are necessary. Location, size, convenience, and comfort must align with monthly income. The first home you can afford to rent or buy may not live up to expectations or be as comfortable as your first temporary housing. However, as income and savings increase and you become more familiar with the rental search process, it will be possible to upgrade your housing. Setting realistic housing expectations. When you arrive in the United States, your resettlement agency, sponsor, or other welcome group might place you in temporary housing like hotels or furnished accommodations. As I mentioned earlier, temporary housing is often located conveniently and can include furniture, cooking utensils, laundry facilities, or other amenities. As you search for long term housing, remember that long term housing will probably not be furnished or have household supplies, and it may be smaller and in a less desirable location than your temporary housing. As I also noted a few minutes ago, realistic expectations and compromise are necessary when searching for long term housing. Your US housing may not look like the housing you've seen in American television series, films, or advertisements. Remember that housing in the US varies by location, and most people in the US live in small, modest homes. You should consider your budget and monthly income when searching for housing. The first home you can rent may not meet your expectations or be as comfortable as your temporary housing was. It's important to remember that you can find better housing as your income, credit score, and savings increase. It may also become easier to find better housing as you become more familiar with the housing search process in your community. Housing affordability in the US. If you are struggling to find affordable housing in the US, you are not alone. There's an affordable housing crisis in all 50 states affecting not only refugees and other newcomers, but also US citizens. In the US, affordable housing is defined as not paying more than 25% of your household income after taxes for your housing. However, many people, especially refugees and other newcomers, are paying as much as 40 or 50% of their post tax earnings on housing. Various factors contribute to high housing costs. The main factor is that rents are directly related to how many rental units are available in an area versus the number of people searching for housing. If more people look for rentals than the number of rental units available, rents increase. For more information about housing affordability in the US and tips for finding affordable housing, check out our Help Center article. How do I find affordable housing? If you plan to relocate from where you first settled, it is important to research the average cost of living in your desired location. You can contact your resettlement agency caseworker, your sponsor, or community groups for information and help. Some government agencies that help newcomers find affordable housing can also help you find housing in your desired location and answer questions. You can also ask family members, friends, and work colleagues if they know of any affordable rental options. If you know someone who lives in your desired location or lives in an apartment building with open units, you can ask them to refer you to their landlords. Sometimes referrals may lead to a discount on rent for both you and the referee. For more information on where to find affordable rental housing, please watch our previous live event in collaboration with Refugee Housing Solutions, Renting in the United States, on our Settle In Facebook page and Settle In YouTube page. In this live event, we covered mixed income housing, public housing, and the Housing Choice Voucher Program. You can also find more tips when searching for housing on our Help Center article. Identifying your housing needs. Before starting your housing search, you should identify your housing needs. These are the things that you must have when finding housing. Some questions to ask yourself to help identify your needs include budget, how much can I afford? What amenities or shared facilities are included? Are there any extra costs such as homeowner association fee or proof of insurance? Size. What type of property do I need? How many rooms do I need? What are the vehicle parking options if I need them? Location. What are my family's accessibility needs? What would my daily commute to work be like? What school district am I in and how will my children get to school? Safety. How safe is the location? Are there local services nearby like fire or police departments? How close is the nearest hospital? Every family is different and has different needs. These questions can help you identify your family's unique needs and understand what home is best for your family. Finding other housing. The initial home you can afford might not match all of your expectations or provide the same level of comfort as temporary housing. However, it's important to remain positive because, as we shared earlier, as your income, credit score, and savings grow, you'll have more options available to you. Becoming more familiar with the housing search process in your community can make it easier to find future housing that meets your needs. At some point, you might be interested in buying a home. Buying a home is challenging for any home buyer and takes time and careful thought. Just like when looking for rental housing, it's important to consider what you need in a home. This means considering how much money you have to spend on a down payment, what the monthly mortgage will be, how big of a place you need, where you want to live, and how safe the area is. By asking yourself these questions, you can make sure that the home you eventually buy fits your needs and helps you reach your goals. Budgeting for a home. As you budget for a new home, there are other associated costs that you should prepare for and consider. Upfront costs include down payments, closing costs, reserves, and moving costs. Ongoing costs include mortgage payments, property tax, possible homeowners association fees, insurance, utilities, or maintenance. You should consider these costs when buying a new home. About home ownership. Buying a home can create stability, self sufficiency, and wealth. Buying a home may provide your family more space and create financial stability. The process of becoming a homeowner is long. Here are some tips that can help you during your housing search. Think about your needs. Consider home size, location, accessibility, and security. Create a budget that includes all of the costs of buying and owning a home, including utility payments, which will be 100% yours to pay. Find a realtor to help you in this process. Realtors can help you find homes, tour homes, negotiate prices, and make offers on houses that you're interested to buy. Learn about programs that can help first time home buyers. We will cover this more in detail in the next slide. Housing programs. Federal and non federal programs can help first time home buyers at different stages of the process. These programs are usually state specific and you can find them at www.hud.gov/states. Some programs that can help you and your family purchase your first home include HUD Housing Choice Voucher Home Ownership Program. This program allows families assisted under the Housing Choice Voucher Program to use their voucher to buy a home and receive monthly assistance in meeting home ownership expenses. It's important to know that not all housing authorities offer the home ownership program with their voucher program. For more information, contact your local housing authority or visit the website below. HUD Housing Counseling Program. This program can assist individuals and families in searching for, obtaining, and maintaining a home, whether it's rented or owned. HUD certified housing counselors can assess an individual's financial situation, explain the housing options available, and help with accessing the resources and programs available. To find an HUD approved housing counseling agency in your local area, for more information, visit www.hud.gov/housing counseling. Habitat for Humanity builds decent and affordable homes around the world in partnership with families needing a decent place to stay. Habitat homebuyers help build their own homes alongside volunteers and pay an affordable mortgage. For more information, visit www.habitat.org. Fuller Center for Housing seeks to eradicate poverty by promoting partnerships with individuals and community groups to build and rehabilitate homes for people in need. For more information, visit fullercenter.org/global-builders. Fannie Mae offers a free online course on home ownership called HomeView. You can complete this course at any pace. The course is accessible on multiple devices and available in Spanish. For more information, visit www.fanniemae.com/education. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for joining us for this Settle in Live event. We covered a lot of information. You can return to this recording to review the information again. We also encourage you to follow the Settle In Facebook page for the latest information you need to know as you adjust to your new life in the United States.